All right, can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is absent. Director Waterman.
Present.
Director Best.
Here.
Director Seedoff is excused. Director Rice Walker is not present. Director Gray.
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here.
From the,
We have a quorum.
from the President, addendum number 1 for letting number 8553, Traffic Management Enhancements Phase 2, recommends approval. Supplemental agreement number 2 to PSA number 1124, Civil, Structural, Surveying, Geotechnical Services, Cost Estimating and Drafting Services, Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Supplemental agreement number 3 to PSA number 1124, Civil, Structural, Surveying, Geotechnical Services, Cost Estimating and Drafting Services, Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Supplemental agreement number 1 to PSA 1132, Architectural Services for St. Louis City Facilities. Recommendation that acceptance of vehicle for St. Louis Fire Department to add and maintain as part of the fleet a new 2014 Ford F550 flatbed truck. Recommends approval. From the President, Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that permit for Metropolitan Sewer District for construction of condition monitoring vaults on existing Gasconade sanitary sewer force main by consent to decree between MSD and EPA. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that a private communication system license agreement between the City of St. Louis and OLTUC LLC pursuant to Chapter 23.64 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis be approved. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits for Southwestern Bell Telephone Company doing business as AT&T Missouri be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Starting at existing AT&T manhole located on North Broadway at the front of 7550 North Broadway. From this manhole bore north to 7618 North Broadway for 222 feet and meet up with new customer for provide conduit where a new 17 feet by 30 feet by 34 feet handhole will be placed, etc. Starting at existing AT&T handhole at the front of 3049 Shoto from a handhole bore west down Shoto 1 feet behind the sidewalk for 181 feet, meeting up with the customer provided conduit at 3103 Shoto. A 2-inch poly pipe will be placed with fiber, etc. And starting at existing AT&T manhole located on Boyle at the side of 4257 Forest Park, from the manhole to bore east down the alley for 160 feet and meet up with the customer provided conduit at the rear of 4251 Forest Park. A 2-inch poly pipe will be placed, etc. Recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. AT&T Missouri starting at Howell Circle at manhole 3018, which sits in the circle of AT&T, and bore a new copper cable and plow duct within the right-of-way from manhole northwardly to an easement located at 1198 Long Ridge. And Charter Communications starting at utility pole in the rear of 5200 Natural Bridge, directional bore along the north side of alley and across under Geraldine to northeast corner of Geraldine alley and rear of vacant lot. Charter will turn 90 degrees and travel along the east, etc. Recommendation that permit for AT&T Missouri to adjust 37 manhole covers along Manchester Road from Lanham to Kings Highway. No boring or trenching required work to be performed is to expose existing manhole lids and adjust to new pavement grade lane closure will be required to access manholes. Recommendation that it be filed. The work does not fall under the requirements of the City Revised Code 23.64 and therefore does not require a BPS permit. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Ronald C. Barr to consolidate land at 1212 and 1214 Lynch in City Block 1412. Jeffrey C. Seaman to consolidate land and boundary adjustment deed at 7111 through 13 St. James Square in City Block 5097. THD Design Group, Inc. to re-subdivide land at 5208 through 5228 Con Street in City Block 3389. From the Director of Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Washington University to apply pavement markings to existing crosswalks on the north side of the intersection of Skinker and Forsyth Lagoon Drive. Premier Charter School to encroach with banner on one light pole at 5279 Filer at Sublet. BB's Jazz, Blues, and Soup Inc. to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe, 3 tables and 12 chairs with liquor at 700 South Broadway. Recommendation that permit for Osmer Enterprise LLC to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe at 3200 through 04 Shenandoah be filed. The applicant has already has a Sidewalk Cafe permit issued. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that the 9 festival zones be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. New Belgium Bike Bash Street Fest for July 26, 2014 on Manchester from Sarah to Kentucky and Talmadge from Manchester. Laclede Landing Rams Rally, August 2nd, 8th, 16th, September 7th, 21st, October 13th, 19th, November 16th, 30th, December 11th, 21st, 2014, 2nd Street from Lucas and Laclede Landing and Morgan from 1st to 3rd. Soul Winter Tour, Keener Plaza and surrounding area, August 9th, 2014. Moonlight Ramble, 8th and Sur and Streets of St. Louis, August 9th, 2014. Iron Belly, Virginia between Base and Fasten, August 10th, 2014. Bacon Fest, Kaufman and Poker Parks and area surrounding Soldiers Memorial, August 16, 2014. Paraquat, Rock and Warehouse, Berthold between Macklin and Alley between Washington University Clinic and Compton. Drew at 5200 Berthold, August 22nd and August 23rd, 2014. Sister Strut Breast Cancer Walk, Soldiers Memorial Streets and Parks, October 4th, 2014. St. Louis Symphony Gala, Delmore between Grand and North Teresa, October 18, 2014. Now we have the conditional use.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board. I'm Bob Lordy, zoning plan examiner for the city. I'm representing the building commissioner. And per order, board order 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. We have approval with conditions recommended for 7 applications. At 4133 Concordia, 6456 Nashville, 2401 North Union, 3016 South Jefferson, 6900 Chippewa, 5916 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, and 5901 through 05 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive. We request these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Are there any questions on the conditional uses from the board?
Move that we approve the recommendations of the zoning administrator.
Have a motion and a second. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is excused. Director Watson. Director Best.
Aye.
Director Seedoff is excused. Director Rice Walker, excused. Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. Motion to accept the addendum, please.
So moved.
Second, previous roll.
Got a call for the use of previous roll. Is there any objection to use of previous roll? Seeing none, the addendum's approved. Motion to accept the agenda, please.
So moved.
Previous roll.
Motion and seconded. Call for use of previous roll. Is there any objection to use of previous roll? Seeing none, approved. Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.